There's my audience.
Hey!
Alright. Imagine taking 20 minutes out of your day to cook your meals instead of wasting your money on unhealthy food. For a lot of college students, this seems unrealistic. Who has the time to cook or have money for groceries? Well, according to allrecipes.com, there are countless meals that take mere minutes to put together. So why do students continue to stack multiple thousands of dollars in debt on top of their tuition just for a meal plan? Probably because it's easier. But how easy is it going to be to pay off all that extra debt? We may be surprised by how inexpensive and easy it is to cook for yourself. Knowing how to cook can be very helpful, not just in college, but throughout the rest of your life. I learned to cook in a fine Italian restaurant, and I used the skills I learned there to keep myself alive at school. But you don't need a job to learn how to cook. All it takes is some practice. And to start you off, I'm going to show you how to cook my favorite hot wings. To make these wings, a chef would need to get all the ingredients, do all the meal prep, and eventually cook the food. But to get you started, let's look at everything you're going to need to get started. The first step to making anything is gather your ingredients. For this simple recipe, we will need 10 chicken tenderloins, flour, canola oil, hot sauce, butter, and spices such as salt, pepper, garlic powder, paprika, and cayenne pepper. It's according to Kelly from All Food Recipes. You may use whatever style of chicken you prefer, but I like the tenderloins because they're boneless and they're not as thick as the breast. You also need to cook this food in something, so now get your materials. You'll need a metal bowl, a glass dish, a grease pot, and a sauce pot. And now that you have everything you need, you got to start the prep work. For the majority of things you're going to cook, there will be a certain amount of prep work that goes into the dish. For this meal, the prep work starts the night before you plan on cooking. For this step, all you need is flour the chicken and mix in the spices for the garlic, except for the garlic. Once everything is mixed, lay each piece of chicken out on a glass dish and cover it with the excess flour. And now cover the dish in tin foil and leave it in the fridge until you're ready to cook. It should look like this. The sauce should also be prepared, but you don't need to do it until you're ready to cook the chicken. For 10 wings, you're going to need to mix a quarter cup of butter and a quarter cup of hot sauce, pepper, and garlic powder in your sauce pot. At this point, leave the sauce pot to the side until it's needed. And that should look like this. The prep work is what I find to be very relaxing, and there are other people that feel the same way according to the article by R. Black. Now the prep work's finally done, let's move into actually cooking the food. This is the part that makes or break any dish, so make sure you're careful. To start, fill the grease pot with canola oil and place it on the burner set on high. Once the oil starts to steam, you can dump your chicken in. This recipe can be manipulated to result in more servings, but no matter how much chicken you use, it should be completely submerged in under about an inch of oil. And at this point, you can start heating up the sauce at a low temperature to melt the butter. Leave the chicken in the oil for no longer than 15 minutes. Once the chicken is brown, use the tongs to move the chicken from the grease pot to the sauce pot. Again, the chicken should be completely submerged in the sauce. The burner should be set to a low temperature, and the pot should not be left on there for more than 10 minutes. And it should look like this. Now all your cooking's done, you can finally sit down and enjoy your meal. And like I said, all it takes to learn to cook is some practice, and this meal is a great way to work on your preparation and frying skills. Even more importantly than being able to cook for yourself, you save money. And if you're a college student like I am, then you know that saving money anywhere you can adds up in the long run. And cutting out the cost of a meal plan is a really big hunk of change you can save yourself. Regardless of any of that though, you need to learn how to cook. One day you'll be finished college and move out of your parents' house, and when that day comes, you're either going to eat Taco Bell for the rest of your night or you're going to be a functional adult that's capable of taking care of yourself. And that's about it.